It was impossible to stop Barcelona this season as Flick unleashed chaos to dominate everyone. Teams collapsed as Barca attacked with almost 10 men, trapping them from all sides, making sure there was no escape route from this insane Catalonian cage. But Barca doesn't win with their classic Tiki-Taka. Instead, Flick's insane tactics revolutionized Barca's identity. Let's see how Flick built a modern Barcelona to dominate Spain. Flick used a standard 4-2-3-1 shape during the build-up, where the pivots Pedri and De Jong played a key role for most of the season. The idea is to use an expansive back four so that opponents have to cover large distance to press. As the ball is played wide, opponents will usually press aggressively, which will open gaps between the pressing players. The position of the pivot pins one of the midfielders, and this ensures no one closes down the gap. Also, Barca overloads the central areas by inverting the left winger Rafinha, so that opposition defensive midfielder is pinned. Then Barca penetrates the press using a dropping attacking midfielder, which was mostly equipped by Dani Olmo. If the gaps weren't present in the half space, then the opponent might have left some space on the flanks. Now the penetration is done by dropping the right winger Yamal, and even if the opposition tries to close him down from behind, Yamal beats his marker on almost every occasion, or else he will make a wall pass combination with the attacking midfielder, or play an up-back through combination using the right-sided midfielder. But Barca mostly prefers build-up through half spaces, and they want the attacking midfielder to be closed down by one of the centre-backs. The idea is to use quick combinations between the midfielders to attack the space left by the centre-back using multiple runs from the striker and Rafinha. This mostly ends up in a 2 vs 1 against the isolated centre-back, as the left-back will be already pinned by Yamal's threat. So this was their basic build-up tactics against high-pressing teams. If opponents decide to sit back, Flick has a different approach. Now Barca change their shape into a 2-3-5 as left back goes high and wide, while left winger drift inside. On the right, Yamal and Koundé mostly rotate their positions to equip right half space. Now the whole team will be controlled by Pedri and De Jong, with 5 players in the attacking line and 3 players moving in central regions between the lines. The opponent is forced to sit back. Now Barca plays the new version of Tiki-Taka, which uses multiple players in close proximity. So the idea is to keep players diagonally connected. Now when the first pass is played, it's easy to connect with the nearby player, who can then combine with the first player. This distorts defense, and Barca progresses with another combination with the striker to score the goal. These quick vertical combinations were the most riskiest yet exciting tactic Flick executed at Barca. If Barca is leading by a fair margin, they will tease the opponents. The midfielders will deliberately play it back to the centre-back to initiate the press from striker. Then De Jong or Pedri will offer a diagonal passing lane behind the striker to take him out of the game. If the striker tries to cover shadow the midfielder, then Barca will use third-man combinations to beat the press. So far we have seen how Barca progressed to the final third, and now comes the goal-scoring tactics, which mainly uses Yamal's dribbling ability. When Yamal gets the ball, Barca overloads his marker by overlapping run from Koundé. One idea is to hold on to the ball to freeze the defender and then play it to the overlapping fullback. But the most commonly used one is to dribble at the defender to force him back and attract more defenders towards him. Then Yamal may play a cross in between the defenders or go along the line to make a cross himself or a cutback to the midfielders. In some occasions, Yamal may be struggling to beat his markers. So the idea is to drag maximum players towards him to disrupt the defensive block to play it back to the half space where Pedri or De Jong make excellent throw balls to the penalty area. On the other side, Barca uses 2 main methods. One is to play crosses from the half spaces, but if Balde is playing, he will mostly try to take on the fullback while Rafinha makes a run through the defense, dragging a midfielder deep. This clears the cutback zone, and Balde can make an easy cutback for the attacking midfielder to score. So Barca's attacks revolved around the basic tactical framework deployed by Flick, and Barca dominated Spain by consistent execution of these tactics. If you know more about my new tactical tricks, feel free to comment down below.